Welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today is a very nice sunny day in London. I've actually just come back from Brixton training the amateur team, so I had a long morning already, but I had to come back. I haven't eaten anything. I'm pumped because Crawford and Canelo met up yesterday. You guys would have known from the thumbnail, and also maybe if you're keeping abreast of all the information and news within the boxing world, but they met up yesterday in one of 3 press conferences leading up to their monumental clash in September. So guys, we need to focus, get hands-on, and dive in to this press conference. So without further ado, let's get gritty. I don't know about you guys, but I like the production involved. Production's really nice. Riyadh season. To challenge for the undisputed super middleweight title. Put your hands together from Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford. Crawford. Ladies and gentlemen, a 4-division world champion, a pound-for-pound star and future Hall of Famer. He is the undisputed super middleweight champion of the world from Guadalajara, Mexico. Guadalajara. Canelo Álvarez. 2-time super middleweight undisputed champion. Ay, ay, ay. And now please join me in welcoming to the stage the man who made all of this possible, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. The Excellency. And joining His Excellency is Dr. Rakan Al-Harthi, the Managing Director of Sela. So these companies, Netflix, Sela, SNK. SNK, I remember that was Street Fighter.
Thank you, Bella Netflix. I am sure it will be something amazing, and I promise it will be something amazing. Bella and all the team of Netflix, we will do big things together, and this is the beginning of great relationship between the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, GIA, and Netflix. See guys, Netflix getting those Saudi contracts, yeah? Netflix, you're moving up in the world. We decided yesterday after 12 o'clock, before 12 o'clock, we have a dinner together, and that's it. They are professional yesterday in front of me, and after 12 o'clock, the prestige and everything is disappeared now. They will start. As I said last week, I hate Tom and Jerry's kinds of boxing. I am sure they will
cat and mouse.
Smashing face and blood, and this is the boxing. Number
1, Turki Al-Sheikh sounds like a casual. I want them to give me blood and smashing face. Also, when Turki Al-Sheikh says Tom and Jerry and not cat and mouse, did he used to watch Tom and Jerry when he was a child? Was the young excellency watching Tom and Jerry? Yeah, I know Saudi is slightly more Western, but yeah, that's quite interesting. Turkey, let us know in the comments if you're watching this. Did you watch Tom and Jerry when you were a youngster? Guys, remember, let me know in the comments who you think is gonna win this fight. I would prefer pros and cons about their style as opposed to an ego trip guess for who you think is gonna win. More so, lay down the blueprint for the model that gives us more insight into, you know, the advantages of one boxer over another.
But before we do that, we'd like to hear from the media first. We have an open mic for some questions.
Question for His Excellency. You said many times now that you don't want any more of these Tom and Jerry fights where one fighter is chasing the other one. What is your plan to kind of stop these fights?
We will not have him anymore. This is the first thing.
Guys, I swear, the way how sometimes Turki Alashik answers some of the questions is so funny. My guy actually asked him, what is the plan? Turki Alashik just said, it will not happen anymore. Like, I've spoken, I'm Thanos. I'm literally clicking my fingers. He's gonna answer the question the way he wants to. Forget about whether he answers your actual question, just take the answer that he gives you, period.
We will have in this fight and the next fight bonus for KO.
So there's gonna be a bonus for the KO. Ooh. Does that extend also to technical knockouts, or is that only for pure knockouts? And also, what might happen with the referees? Could there be an incentive for the referee to call a technical knockout? All of these questions need to be answered as and when we approach September the 13th.
Secondly, there's been some social media speculation, we'll say, about when this fight is going to take place. So when will it be?
Who's asking about the time and the place? Can you be specific?
Yeah, we saw Oscar De La Hoya trying to say that the fight was going to take place maybe in the daytime.
Yeah, this is what I want from you. Yeah, I decide with Dana White to have a breakfast in MGM at 10 a.m. inshallah. Then we will go to the arena to have the fights quick, and after that we will go dinner to Carbon, and in the night we will watch Conjuring because it will launch in September. You waste, Oscar De La Hoya wastes my time with this question. Of course, this is in the peak. This is the boxing, the sport #1 in the world. This is Canelo and Crawford.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you, but just from hearing this, we now know that Oscar De La Hoya, Turki Alashik, and perhaps even Dana White have a bit of an issue. I haven't really been immersed myself within any of the boxing news surrounding these characters other than when they are arranging fights. I did know about when Canelo and Oscar De La Hoya had their thing, because obviously it was visible at the press conference when Jaime Munguia was fighting Canelo. And then of course we saw how that spilled over. But I think it's wise for you guys to take a look at this clip.
Now what the media is reporting, and it's circulating, is that Canelo Crawford is the biggest fight of the decade. I mean, to a purist and a fighter, it's laughable. Because you have Crawford jumping up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo, who's a natural light heavyweight. Crawford, who couldn't push back Madrimov. Life and death with Madrimov. What do you think Canelo's going to do to him? Run him out of the ring. You know what's laughable also? Dana White being named the promoter of this fight, considering he's never been in the boxing space, has no stable of boxers, the trust fund baby of boxing. And get this, the fight will take place during the day on September 13th in Las Vegas. During the day. So Canelo will fight during the day on Netflix just to accommodate UFC Noche later that evening on a different network. Why is it that Canelo has to fight during the day on Mexican Independence Weekend? And UFC, with a roster of names I've never heard of, is going on prime time. Cinco de Mayo. He's fighting in Riyadh, and now he's fighting during the day on the biggest weekend in boxing. Yeah, Canelo will fight anywhere. Anytime he's told, because he doesn't give a fuck. All he cares is about the money. And I've never been happier to trade calls with Eddie Hearn and Al Heyman, because guess what? We ain't going anywhere.
One thing that I wanted to touch on is with Crawford. He fought at welterweight, and that was the weight that he achieved his last undisputed title. Then he moved up to super welterweight to take on Madrimov. Now, that move was to prepare for this fight. So Crawford's actually moving up 3 weight classes. That is insane.
I called Canelo out because, like I said, he the last great fighter amongst the era that surpassed us. You know, the Floyd, the Pacquiao, the De La Hoya. We both came up in that era, and he was right there with those fighters, and he got the chance to fight the Miguel Cottos, the Floyd Mayweathers, and the Kovalevs and Triple Gs, and I wasn't able to get those mega fights. So this is my mega fight. This is my moment, and that's the reason why I want to fight an all-time great like Canelo.
These two started at the same weight class, super lightweight.
Hey, Canelo, you were recently asked about Terence Crawford. You said he's good, but he's no Canelo. What can you do that Terence cannot do?
No, don't get me wrong. He's a great fighter, like I say, he's no Canelo. Obviously, I'm been in this situation for a long time, and I have the experience. They only focus on my power, but I have more than that, and I think this fight is gonna be one of my best fights in my history, in my record, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited, motivated, because this is all about. I want to make history, and I'm very excited.
You've accepted this fight now, but in the previous years, you said it doesn't interest you because you have nothing to gain and everything to lose. If he were to beat you, how damaging would that be to the Canelo brand?
He's not gonna beat me for a long time, and this is all about. I want to make history, and I'm very excited for this fight.
You've accepted this fight now, but in the previous years, you said it doesn't interest you because you have nothing to gain and everything to lose. If he were to beat you, how damaging would that be to the Canelo brand?
He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it.
I like that confidence.
He's not gonna beat me. Don't worry about it. I think this fight is gonna be in the books of the history of boxing for sure. That's for sure.
For sure, them belts coming with me. They coming home with me. I'm telling you right now.
You can see it, but it's gonna be difficult. You take it to your home.
I'm taking them. And ain't nothing you gonna be able to do about it come fight
And
night.
I know Turki is in your corner,
I promise you.
but look, it's gonna be very difficult. He's gonna be so mad that day. Believe me.
I see you. I see you. You see I'm different.
I see you too.
You see I'm
I see
different
you.
than all the other
No, I see you. No, you don't know different. You're nothing different.
I'm different.
Nothing different.
I'm different.
We'll see.
You gonna see.
We'll
You
see.
know it.
We'll see. We'll
We
see.
gonna
son.
see.
Guys, this fight, I want to hear what you guys think about this in the comment section. You've got a person that at sometimes struggles against boxers, Canelo, let's be honest. And then you've got someone like Crawford, who is a masterclass act in terms of skill and delivery of knockouts. The big thing about this fight is that Crawford is moving up from his last undisputed post 3 weight classes. From his last fight, 2 weight classes. Now, how does his abilities hold up against a person who started at the same weight class? They debuted at the same weight class, super lightweight, but Crawford has maintained most of his career at the lower weight classes. He's only now just moving up to super middleweight to face the undisputed, 2-time undisputed super middleweight champion. How well does Crawford's abilities match up to Canelo's, given those circumstances?
I'm coming to win, and Netflix or not, I always coming to win. My mindset is different, and I'm very thankful with Netflix, with Turki Alashi, with all the guys involved in this fight, because for me, it's all about make history, and I'm glad to be here.
Who would you say is the toughest opponent you've ever faced, and where would you rank Terence?
No, he's one of the top fighters I'm gonna face in my career for sure. He's a great fighter, but I have many great fights.
Guys, Mayweather, Mosley, Cotto, Gennady Golovkin, Daniel Jacobs. Canelo has fought a lot of champions. A lot of champions. It's crazy. This event is amazing. I mean, Crawford, kudos to you, stepping up to fight you know, Canelo, you've had an amazing career. So yeah, but I keep on digressing.
For the belt that Canelo has over there, we spent 100,000 pounds. For this belt, we upped the ante to 140,000 pounds. This is by far the most expensive Ring Magazine belt ever created. The finest gold, the finest craftsmanship. Canelo Álvarez, Terence Bud Crawford.
Extra
are the two very
40,000.
best fighters of this era. But there can only be one. And only one of them is going home with this belt Saturday night, September 13th in Las Vegas. Watch it live on Netflix.
So guys, this belt here is the Ring Magazine belt, the new Ring Magazine belt, and it's 140,000 pounds. That is $188,000. Now, this belt is going to be one of 5 belts. There's the WBC, WBA, WBO, and IBF belts, which are the World Championship belts. Now, this belt, the Ring belt, is perhaps one of the more prestigious out of all of them. The other belts are the actual championship belts, but this belt is more so giving the status of pound for pound.
On the line.
Both of them look locked in. You got Turki out of sheep, boy. Oh my God. Yeah. Cannot wait for this. September the 13th cannot come soon enough. I mean, I'm just telling you that, guys. This is you can see Sunday 22nd June, New York City is the next press conference, and Friday 27th, Las Vegas.
Terence Bud Crawford and Canelo Álvarez. We'll see you Sunday for the second leg of this 3-stop world tour. So long from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, guys, so there we have it. The first press conference for the Canelo versus Crawford clash completed. Now, we have to look forward to next week, where in New York, moving away from Saudi Arabia, we have the second press conference, and that will be on the 22nd, I believe I read, and then the 27th will be Las Vegas, or Las Vegas, however you pronounce it. I'm not American, so yeah. So guys, what are the takeaways from just the aesthetics from this press conference? Now, we first of all know that these are two highly focused individuals. They're both poised on the job at hand. We can see that they are not trying to sell the fight in any kind of theatrical or dramatic way. The next thing is the Netflix factor. Obviously, this is going to be broadcast globally. Netflix is one of the biggest platforms, and we do have this 3-city tour, the Saudi Arabia being this press conference, the next one being New York City, another global city, and then Las Vegas, and also applying a bonus where, you know, I did mention before, will the bonuses be based on knockout or technical knockout? How much will the bonus be also? These are questions that will unravel themselves closer to the September 13th date. From a coach's perspective, I would say one of the takeaways that I have is less to do with the press conference, but more to do with the boxers. So when I'm looking at, you know, the press conference, I'm immediately saying or thinking, how is the boxer managing their weight? You know, because if the boxer is trying too hard to make the weight, that's going to affect his performance. Now with this, it's the reverse. We have to actually think, how is Crawford managing his weight when he's fighting against these bigger opponents in sparring? Another thing is injuries. When we look at Canelo, I think it was in his last fight, we saw him with his movement slightly minimal. I remember in previous fights, there was this thing about him having an injury on his leg. I think it was around the time of the Rocky Fielding fight. There was some talk. It may have been another boxer, I'm not too sure, but he was wearing something, a brace on his leg or something like that. And I think he had maybe overtrained and injured his leg. So I think leading up to this fight, where the stakes are really high, they are going to push themselves extra in training. When I've spoken about Crawford and Canelo before, I did say that they started their careers at the same weight, super lightweight. At some point, Crawford was a lightweight. Then he moved up, became undisputed at super lightweight and welterweight. And then he set himself on this journey to become undisputed at a third weight, and also to take the undisputed spot from an undisputed champion at that particular weight. That's what he's effectively done by challenging Canelo. From both of these fighters, what we can definitely expect is fireworks. And guys, I think that is the end of the video. So follow, like, and share for more content like this, and I will see you in my next one.